friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to share my spring TBR, and it is my tentative spring TBR because this TBR is specifically for the seasonal series readathon. If you don't know what the seasonal series readathon is, I will have all of the information linked in the description box for you to check out. One book that has been on my TBR for a while is Always and Forever Lara Jean by Jenny Han. This is the third and final book in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy. Also going to try to read the entire original Shatter Me trilogy along with the novellas, the Shatter Me novellas, Destroy Me and Fracture Me, because I have that as well. I have read Shatter Me before, but I read it in like an hour or two, and I was supposed to buddy read it with Elizabeth, but I ended up just reading it in a couple of hours. But I do have the other books here, and it would be nice to get the entire series off of my TBR. I know Restore Me is already released and there's more books planned for the series now, but these I can mark off several spots on my bingo board, and also I can also use Restore Me if I enjoy this enough to move on to use that as like read a series or something that's released in 2018. Then I want to finish up another trilogy by reading Twisted Together by Pepper Winters. Again, this is a new adult dark contemporary romance, not suitable for people sensitive to grief, slavery, and non-consensual sex, but I have thoroughly enjoyed Tears for Tess and Quintessentially Q. I've rated them both 5 stars, so I definitely want to finish up this trilogy, even though when you finish up a trilogy, it's so sad because you just want to stay with the characters forever. I want to finally start A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I do have books 1, 2, and 3 of the trilogy, but I want to start with this one. This is the one that I was like reading in the bookstore and I was like, oh my gosh, it sounds so good. But yeah, I definitely want to read it. I want to make some time to like at least start the trilogy and maybe read the rest of the books as well. And then the last 2 books on my TBR for now are Crooked Kingdom and The Song Rising. So Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This is a pretty chunky book. It's the second book in the Six of Crows like duology. I definitely want to read this. I've heard great things about it, but a lot of people loved Six of Crows and I wasn't like a huge fan of it. I don't really like Leigh Bardugo's writing. It's just like a preference thing. Her characters are usually my favorite parts of her stories, but to me, like, you can't have great characters in a world that you care nothing about with a plot that you care nothing about. So hopefully I will enjoy Crooked Kingdom more than I did Six of Crows, but I will be excited to be like done with the Grishaverse. And then the next one is The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon. This is one of my all-time favorite fantasy series. This is the 3rd book, so it's the Bone Season, the Mime Order, and now The Song Rising. Again, I've had this on my shelf for far too long. I did a special order to get this copy of the hardback, which is beautiful, that matches the 1st and 2nd book. It's supposed to be like a 6 or a 7 book series. I have thoroughly enjoyed books 1 and 2, and those books always stay like super fresh in my mind. But I did get these 2 books because they are like fairly like chunky. I did get them both on Audible, so that will help me like push me to pick these up and read them sooner rather than later. So that wraps up my tentative spring seasonal series TBR. Let me know if you're participating. Let me know what's on your spring TBR. But that's all for today's video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all having a lovely day, and I'll see you again in my next video.